Good morning, pre-K and kindergarten. Today we are going to be working on different geometric shapes. I believe last week we started working on 3D shapes, so this week we are going to be doing geometric shapes. Today I am going to show you all the different geometric shapes that I believe are easy enough for you guys to follow along with and draw with me. We did some of these in class already with our geometric shape project, but today we're going to go over them just so that you remember them and you can create some different things at home. So the geometric shapes we're going to go over today is an oval, zigzags, a trapezoid, long rectangles, irregular triangles, and half circles. So to start, we're going to start simple and we're going to do the oval. This one should be very, very simple for you guys. You have done ovals many, many times. Your oval can be any size you want it to be. If you don't know how to draw an oval, it is the same thing as a circle, except you are going to make it nice and long. Almost like an egg shape, but you want to try to keep it pretty even on all sides. Just like that. And I'm going to very quickly color it in. I'm not going to do a very good job coloring it in like my other side. But you can also work on drawing these first and then coloring them in later at your own time. That is completely up to you guys. Okay, so I very quickly colored in my oval. Next we are going to go over zigzags. Now zigzags is exactly how it sounds. You're going to zig up, zag down, zig up, zag down, just like you would when you're making the letter A, or if you think about it this way, an upside down W. W's go down, up, down, up. Zigzags are exactly the same. I'm going to make mine green. And you're going to start by making a W. Down, up, down, up. I made a nice wide W. You want to keep all of your angles or diagonal lines pretty much the same size and spacing apart. So I made a nice wide W. Now underneath that, I'm going to make another W, staying pretty close to the one I already made. And I want my points to be exactly in line with the points I already created. Just like that. So now I have two big W's, and I'm going to close off the ends here. Or if you would like, I'm actually going to create one more down on the top and bottom, just so that it doesn't look too much like a W. Zigzags are not W's, but they can be created like ones. So there you go. Down, up, down, up, down. Now I'm going to close them off, just like that. And you can go ahead and color it in. Again, I'm not going to be doing a very super good job. I'm just doing it to get it done very quickly. And again, you can take your time at home and color your pictures at your own speed. The next shape we're going to go into is a trapezoid. Now a trapezoid is sort of like a combination between a rectangle and a triangle. We are going to do the color orange. So to start my trapezoid, I'm going to do a nice long line on the bottom of the paper. Not too long, but similar to how I would do my rectangle. From there, I am going to do two diagonal lines going into each other. Almost like the roof of a house. Now see, I did not bring them all the way together like a triangle. I left them very far apart. That is because I am now going to close that off with another line. And again, just like the roof of a house. And that's it. That's a trapezoid. Very simple. It has 4 sides, just like a rectangle. But instead of it being even, it's uneven on both sides. Trapezoid. Now, the next shape we're going to go into is one that we are very familiar with, and that is triangles. However, we are going to do an irregular triangle. What does that mean? An irregular triangle is a triangle with uneven sides on all sides. So as you can see, if I were to turn my triangle, no matter which way you look at it, it is not even in any side or any direction. So how do we draw an irregular triangle? First, you're going to start with the nice long bottom, just like we did with our trapezoids. Okay, nice long bottom. Now, above that line, find the middle, and I want you to do a dot just off the center. Okay, so I'm going to put mine about there, randomly above the triangle. Now, from each corner of the bottom of my triangle, I am going to connect it to that dot that we just made. So one line is going to be short, and the other line is going to be super long. Just like that. Now, if I turn my paper round and round, it never, ever, ever looks the same or even. And that's it. Very simple, irregular triangles. And color that in super quick so you can see it better. Just like that, an irregular triangle. Now we have 2 more shapes to go over. The next one is very familiar to everyone, and that is a long rectangle. Now most of you guys are very used to creating shorter rectangles that are very similar to a square. So your long rectangle is going to be exactly that. It is going to be stretched out and much longer than you are used to drawing. So I'm going to make 2 very long parallel lines. 1 line, 2 line. I know that's hard to see because I used the color pink. Maybe let's try red so you can see it better. There's 1 line, 2 lines. There we go. Now we can see much better. Now they are completely even, and it sort of looks like a sidewalk. I am going to take those 2 ends and I'm going to draw a line from top to bottom, connecting the corners all together. Just like that. Perfect. A long rectangle. I'm going to go in and color that in very quickly. Now when you do your rectangles, it's much different than everything else we've done. Your long rectangle does need to be completely even on all sides. Your short sides should be the same height, and your long sides should be the same length. Now the last shape we're going to do is a half circle, and I'm going to use dark blue this time. Just like most of our other shapes, you are going to start with a long line on the bottom. Now these you should be very similar with because we do them all the time when we make rainbows or sunshine, sunsets. We usually almost always do them in a half circle. So starting at one side of that line, you are going to create a dome shape going up and down and connecting to the point on the other side. Now be very, very careful to make sure that your half circle is the same on both sides. Symmetry, we've worked on that before. Everything should be symmetrical. Just like so, like a perfect half of a circle. Now that one might be the trickiest one that we've learned today, only because circles are pretty hard to begin with to get them perfectly even. So that might take you a little bit of time to try to get just right. I'm going to color this in very quickly. And there you have it, some geometric shapes. Thank you guys for watching and learning with me today. I look forward to seeing what you guys can create using geometric shapes, and I look forward to working with you tomorrow. Bye guys!